And Bonds hits one high. It's a deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks, Lats. Joined with my guys, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson.
Sir.
Swerving, Irvin Washington. How we doing tonight, fellas? How we doing?
Doing good. Good weekend. Birthday weekend.
Yes, sir. Irv got his hair did.
Both of you guys are birthday boys. He had his hair did.
Yeah, I got my man unit in.
You had it on Wednesday when we did the podcast too.
Did he? Nah,
Yeah.
It didn't look that fresh.
Oh yeah, he had his new.
I know that's what happens when you keep a do-rag on.
Keeps it nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Make sure to download it to your mobile device. Use it to track your bets. Become a better bettor. Use promo code JORD517. Sharps app. Yes. With that being said, Sunday night divisional round is wrapped up. Great weekend of football. The Niners-Packers game was awesome.
I do feel out of the loop not having a birthday this weekend. I'm the only non-birthday person in this recording.
It's
So happy birthday to both of you guys. Jordan today, Irv, yours was on Friday, right? Thursday, yeah. Hell yeah.
18th. I made the Capricorn thing by that much.
I was gonna say you just turned 18. Shit.
Oh no, I look like I'm 18.
Was Wander Franco and Josh Giddey looking after you?
Oh shit.
Damn, Wander Franco is a fucking idiot. That dude was a straight chomo.
Did you see the video of the Thunder at Chet Holmgren's high school for his
he wasn't
jersey
there.
retirement?
I saw a comment that said Wander not allowed. I mean, Josh Giddey not allowed 100 feet within the 100 feet within the premises.
Shit, I quote tweeted. I said, man, Josh Giddey's probably up there in the stands hollering at the girls right now.
Oh man, that's shameful.
Oh man, what a weekend! What a weekend of sports, man. We got championship weekend next weekend. Super Bowl coming up in 3 weeks, so we're right there. Football is about to be over though, and then we're gonna be reminiscing until fall, late summer, fall next year. So, got to enjoy these last few weeks while we can of what football we do have left. This weekend was fucking awesome. We had some really good games. What's that?
UFL, my bad.
Oh yeah, we got the UFL this year.
Wow, fun.
Hey, you never know, dude. It could be a good opportunity to make some money, man. You never,
yeah.
You don't know. You never know. With that being said, Ben, you sipping on anything tonight?
I am. Let's see. Hold on. I threw the can away already. The double hognosis from Firestone.
Nice.
So Imperial IPA coming in at 8.3%. It's a heavy one. It's a big boy.
That sounds heavy. I'm just drinking a Lagunitas tonight.
There we go.
Taking it nice and simple. Wow, Kazoo already fucking got a break on Herbie Hurkacz, man. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Aussie Open, for those that aren't aware, we're coming down to the finals.
You bet it?
I bet the under in that match. So under 41 games. Honestly, I thought Hurkacz was gonna kind of take care of business. Kazoo, he was a qualifier, so he had to qualify to get into the tournament. He wasn't, just in there. So pretty impressive. I mean, he won his last match. I was on him as a dog. He won outright. I thought Herbie Hurkacz would kind of take care of business here. I mean, obviously there's still plenty of tennis left. So,
And we only have
breaking news. This will go down in history on Jordan's birthday. The first In-N-Out Burger location will be closing for the first time in history.
where?
In Oakland. Reason why? High crime and ongoing issues with car break-ins.
Where? Which one in Oakland?
It's by the airport.
Oh, by the stadium.
I think so. It says, "Yep, first location ever in Oakland near the airport. The decision has been made due to high crime activity and car break-ins."
Man, the bipping. I saw something that Burner's coming out with a movie about bipping and shit. That shit is fucking corny as shit to me, dude. Like,
Yeah, you finna profit off of that shit? That's some bullshit.
and glorifying it too. Like, that's not the
That's
business,
trash.
bro. Not the bit. I hope there's a lot of comments against it saying like, bro, you shouldn't be glorifying that shit. Like, you're gonna have kids fucking coming up being like, oh yeah, let's just fucking go bip out all the cars and shit. So hopefully they
Gotham City.
that's fucking crazy. Anyways, we back. NFL championship weekend. Let's get right into the recaps. We'll start with the games tonight. We had what do we have tonight? We had we'll start with the Sunday night game. We had Buffalo hosting Kansas City. Buffalo closed 2.5-point favorites. The total was 45.5. The total goes over. It was 27-24. Kansas City covers, wins outright. What was your guys' thoughts on this game here?
It was a good back and forth game. When these two quarterbacks hook up in the playoffs, it's usually a classic or a very good game. Josh Allen, he played I would say he played a good game outside of the almost 2 turnovers that he had, that fumble and the other one that they got back. But it's just that failed punt return. They got bailed out right there. Like, this game was close, but it shouldn't have been as close as it was. The Bills got lucky with that touchback, and it just goes to show you can't ever count Mahomes out, even when his receivers dropping the ball. His weapons is the worst they've been in his whole career. 6 straight years as a starter. He's been in 6 straight AFC Championship games. That's crazy.
It's very impressive stuff.
And he won his first road playoff game.
Very, very impressive stuff, man.
Well, I think there were 2 things that we saw in this game, and that was that the receivers didn't drop the ball. I mean, they were 17 for 21 today in targets to receptions. And then Mahomes had 2 throwaways. But I mean, they didn't rely on the pass to really make or break this game. You had a couple long balls. You had the long one to Kelsey and the long one to Scantling. And they went back to their tried and true of going to Kelsey and putting Kelsey in to those high, like the third down situations where they needed to get the ball. And they ran the ball successfully today. Pacheco was great. Hilaire had 2 incredible runs. I saw the line there, and I was surprised that he only ran the ball 2 times, because I felt like I heard his name, in the play a lot more than just two carries there. I guess he had 2 receptions as well, but they went away from their shit wide receivers. I think one of you guys said it this morning with Kadarius Toney being cut. Like, that helps Kansas City so much more than him being there in the game. I thought Buffalo lost this game more so than Kansas City won the game.
I don't know about that. I mean, Buffalo had 2 fucking fumbles on the first drive. They recovered both, and then they had that illegal forward pass that the Chiefs didn't challenge. If they challenged that, they're in 4th down, they probably have to punt it. They also had that stupid-ass fucking fake punt. I don't know why the fuck they did that. It ended up not hurting them because the Chiefs fucking fumbled at the goal line through the end zone. And that's another thing, dude. Like, at the end of the day, it's like I don't think the Bills lost the game. I think both teams' offenses played well. Both defenses, neither one of them was really that big, but the Chiefs' defense stood up when they had to, and they got 2 big stops, and that was really the difference in the game, man. The Chiefs only punted once. You know what I mean? And, like, the Bills missed that fucking field goal. And, you know, at the end of the day, both these quarterbacks did enough to win the game. Unfortunately, only one team can win the game, and you know the Chiefs were a little bit better of a team. And part of the reason why I played the Chiefs today is because the Bills have hella injuries to their linebackers. They only had 2 healthy linebackers suit up in this game, and that hurts them in the sense of you know, Kelsey, because who's going to guard Kelsey, right? Kelsey had his best game fucking basically all year, so. It's you know, it like I said, it's tough, man. Like both teams' offenses played well. Allen did enough to win this game, but you know, they didn't. And you gotta tip your cap to Kansas City. And like Irv said, man, 6 straight AFC championships is fucking that's remarkable stuff, dude. That's stuff of legend. And now they got to go face a Baltimore team, and that's gonna be really tough. And we'll get to that game shortly. But let's move over to the other game today. We had Tampa at Detroit. Detroit closed 6.5 point favorites, depending on where you got it. The total is 49.5. The game goes over. Detroit covers. They win 31-23. What was your guys' thoughts on this game?
The Bucks, minimum, I think that game should have went in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Baker did not have a game.
Yeah, he didn't. That first interception wasn't his fault though. That
tip, yeah.
Mike Evans should have caught that ball.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit is riding that momentum. Like I said, they're a difficult team to beat at home. Honestly, if they were at home against the Niners, I would lean Detroit because that's just how good they are at home. But the defense stepped up. You know, they gave up 23 points. If it was more like 17, because that last touchdown didn't really affect the game. Terrible clock management at the end right there by what's the Bucks head coach name is failing me.
Todd Bowles.
What's his name?
Todd Bowles.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. That was bad clock management, but for the most part, it was a good back and forth game. But I never thought it wasn't close enough to where I thought Detroit would actually lose. Like, it was another one of those games. The score wasn't as indicative. The score might have been close, but that game wasn't close. Detroit was up by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes left, something like that. But yeah, they did what they had to do. Now they setting up a NFC Championship showdown. Yep. And shout out to Jordan though, because he said that Lions was going to the NFC Championship. I didn't believe it.
So did. Yeah, I mean, like this game honestly, it played out pretty similar to how I thought it was gonna play out. Like I thought the Lions were gonna win. I thought the Bucks would cover though. I thought it would be a closer game. And the Bucks had an opportunity to cover if they got that 2-point conversion. You know what I mean? So it was pretty much how I thought it would play out. You know, the Bucks defense has been playing phenomenal. We talked about this on Wednesday, and the Lions really picked them apart, dude. Like the Lions were doing whatever the fuck they wanted. And I think that bodes well going forward because I know the Lions do play better at home, but they really play good in non-bad weather. So as long as it's not bad weather, they play well because Jared Goff he's not good in the elements. So I think that benefits them going forward for the Niners game. We'll obviously talk about that, but as far as this game, like, you know, the Bucks made it further than any of us expected, right? Before the year, if you told me the Bucks were going to be in the divisional round of the playoffs, I would have told you you're fucking crazy on crazy drugs. So shout out to the Bucks. You told
me they were going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that too. So I mean, shout out to the Bucks, man. They did their thing, dude, and they were really playing with house money. And I think honestly, if you're looking at teams to bet on, like those are the scariest teams because like they have nothing to lose, right? Like nobody expected them to be here. No one expected them to win today, which is also why I thought it kind of benefited them to cover. But you know, unfortunately, Lions got it done and cover. Total goes over. Lions offense is the real deal, man. That offensive line is really fucking good, bro.
Hopefully the center's not hurt. He did come back in the game, but he was a little banged up, but he still played solid. Hopefully, he's good to go for the Niner game.
Who's that?
The left guard.
Detroit center.
Oh, okay.
Is he the center or the guard?
He was the
77?
So it was the center.
Oh, okay.
What do you think this bodes for Baker moving forward? I mean, he played a hell of a season. He was on a 1-year contract. Do you think this is something that Tampa Bay re-signs him, or do you think he
What
goes
draft pick do
elsewhere?
they have?
Yeah,
Like the 20s, dude.
Yeah, they might as well re-sign him because the only thing they could hope for is trading up, and hopefully one of the top 3 dudes not going, and none of the top 3 dudes is gonna fall to the 20s. Somebody will trade up and snatch one of them up before that.
Or you could look at trading, or not trading, but getting a guy in like the second, like a Spencer Rattler, for example, having him sit behind Baker for a year or two.
Couple years, yeah. But he earned at least a 3 or 4 year deal. If trash ass Derek Carr got a deal from the Saints after what Baker did for the Bucks this year, they got to at least give him a deal to try to run it back with him.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Because he's better than Geno, he's better than Derek Carr. So,
yep, I agree. I'm with you. I think he gets a 3 or 4 year deal, but the Bucks do have to look at a better option because I think Baker's kind of one of those guys where it's like, yeah, he can get you to the playoffs. He's proven that, right? But it's like, is he going to get you further? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
if you look at where they were with third down today, they were 4 for 12. It's only 33%, and those were balls where he, they had to throw because they were long third downs, and it was either issue with the throw, he gets fucking sacked. There were so many blindside
or
sacks.
Him holding the damn ball too long.
Yeah.
Attention to his blind side.
So many issues today.
That was horrible.
How many times did he get sacked?
Oh, at least like 3 or 4 times.
I think all of them came off a blitz from the right side too.
4 times for 30 yards.
Yeah, there was a couple that were like really bad. That the fact that he's a veteran quarterback and didn't even see him coming was a little worrisome. But
yeah,
that's how it goes. All right, let's move to Saturday's games. We had first game, Houston at Baltimore. Baltimore closed 9.5-point favorites. So total was 44.5. Total stays under. Baltimore wins 34-10 to cover the 9.5. I was
pooped at halftime.
I was a lone ranger in this game. I think I was the only one on the Ravens on the podcast, and they took care of business, man. And same thing with the Bucks as far as the Texans are concerned. Like, nobody expected the Texans to be here. They were kind of playing with house money. That's a little bit scary, but that Baltimore Ravens defense is for real, bro. Like, that's the best defense in the league, hands down. There's not a better defense in the league, in my opinion, and they showed it, bro. Like, they only gave up 3 points. 7 of Houston's 10 points were on a punt return touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that was going to be the changing point in the game, was that punt return touchdown that was going to keep things close. And, coming out of halftime, Harbaugh probably came out and just said, what the fuck are you doing keeping them close in this game? Like, go out there, step on their throats, and, like, just lay it on them. And that's what we saw in the second half.
I thought offensively in the first half, like, Lamar said it in the post-game press conference too, like, they were a little flat. They were a little rusty, but I thought the biggest thing was, like, they weren't really running the ball that much, and they were, like, trying to throw it, and it's like, bro, your bread and butter is running the fucking football. Like, run the fucking ball. And then they did that in the second half, and they ran for, like, 170 yards or something, and that was kind of the difference in the game because, their defense is going to play well regardless. So I didn't understand the game plan coming out. Maybe they thought the Texans, Texans are the second best team in rush yards against. So maybe they just thought, like, let's try and catch them off guard and try to throw a little bit more than normal. But I mean, the weather was shitty. Like, yeah, they should have come out and just did what they did in the second half, dude. To be honest, and it probably would have been the same outcome. But nonetheless, I mean, you look at a team like Baltimore going forward, and it's like, now they got to play Kansas City, right? And it's like, Kansas City couldn't stop the run today. They gave up 170 yards to the Bills today on rushing the ball, like over 6 yards a carry, over 5 yards a carry.
Wasn't a lot of that Josh Allen too.
Yep.
Yeah, and now you got to deal with Lamar.
Oh damn, they got to deal with Lamar too though. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got to deal with Lamar, and you got to deal with a better rush offense, dude. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
But the crazy thing with the Chiefs is like when they play a team that's known to run the ball, they always step up to the challenge. Like last year in the Super Bowl, Phillies was like probably the best running team in the league. I don't even think they gained 100 yards rushing against the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. That was a shootout, dude. The Super Bowl was a shootout.
No, it was mostly passing. I don't think they rushed for 100 yards.
I don't know, Ben. You looking that up?
So
I can.
I don't know, Irv. You might be right. I just recall the game being like, I just recall the Chiefs being down at half, and then fucking Mahomes just Mahomes magic, dude. He put the team on his fucking back in the second half, and that was really the difference in that game. But I mean, you're right to a point too, Irv, because like
they had 115, but holding the Eagles to 115.
Yeah, that's huge. And Spagnuolo, to your point, Irv, Spagnuolo is always a good game planner. Like he usually does take away what you do best, and he took away Diggs today for the Bills. Diggs did have a couple drops, but
he had a big drop in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but he is usually good at taking away what you do best, and he's really good at disguising coverages and throwing blitzes. And I do think that the Texans showed something in that first half against Lamar Allen, and the fact that you can blitz Lamar and get him in trouble as long as you have rush lane discipline. And the one thing about the Chiefs is they have a great defensive line, especially rushing the passer. Not necessarily stopping the run, but they're good at rushing the passer. So,
yeah. Jesus, Philly had 115 rushing yards, but 304 receiving yards.
Yeah, I mean, that game was a fucking shootout in that second half, dude. It was like back and forth. Yeah. That was a fun one. But I'm not sure, like, the line right now is like 3.5 for the Ravens. It's tough to pass up Mahomes as a dog, dude. Like you can't count the guy out, dude. Like you just can't.
No, I don't think you can count him out. But if you're looking at only 3 points, that we know and we've talked about how Baltimore is the best team, and is Kansas City not going to have the fucking drops again like they've had the whole year?
Drops didn't hurt him today.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. But are they going to be able to do that 2 weeks in a row? They haven't been able to do that.
I think the biggest difference though between the Bills and the Ravens defense is that the Ravens have arguably the 2 best linebackers at covering backs and tight ends out of on the offense. So I think they can absolutely eliminate Kelsey, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to rely on other guys stepping up. And Rashee Rice, we've seen him step up time and time again, but who's going to be that other guy that's going to step up? MVS stepped up today. What's that, Ben?
He came up limping today.
He did, but he did come back.
He did come back. Okay.
Yeah. And MVS stepped up today, but it's like, we've seen MVS drop a fucking wide open touchdown to win a game. You know what I mean? Like, is he going to step up again?
Yeah.
That's the thing. They got to have someone step up. What do you guys think about that Ravens Chiefs game next week? Early thoughts. Obviously, we haven't dived into it.
Yeah, I haven't looked that deep into it, but I definitely think it's going to be a close game, and it's going to come down because these games are always close, especially the last couple. Well, besides that one Monday night game like a year or two ago or like 3 years ago, I know the Chiefs whooped their ass, but I think it's going to be a close game. It's definitely going to come down to the quarterbacks. And who do you trust more in the clutch, Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? I think that's going to be the difference because I think both of these defenses are going to play well enough to keep the game close, but one of these quarterbacks is either going to win or lose the game for their team.
Yeah, I just see Baltimore being better at almost all but one aspect of the game, and that's the QB, and that's throwing the ball. So I lean Baltimore here. I think 3 is close enough that they cover that, and I'm not too worried about that.
Interesting. I lean Chiefs right now because if I agree with Irv to the point where I think it's gonna be a close game, and in a close game I'm gonna take the better quarterback. The Chiefs have the better quarterback. Unfortunately, the only thing going for the Ravens really is that they have home field advantage. I do think the Ravens are the best team on paper for what it's worth.
And the best team playing, too.
Yeah, but I also thought the Bills were a better team lately than the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And that didn't matter.
Bills made some bad decisions today.
So did the Chiefs. Didn't end up hurting them. All right, let's move over to the next game. We had the Niners against the Packers. They hosted the Packers. They were 10-point favorites. The total closed 50.5. It goes under. Niners won 24-21. Talk about a team that gave this game away, man. The Packers absolutely gave this game away.
Yep. Niners had no reason to win this game.
Yep.
Absolutely none.
Agreed.
They were asleep for 55 minutes.
I just think the Packers outplayed them, to be honest. I think the Packers were the better team on the field for, 55 minutes of this game. Unfortunately, Packers made some big mistakes. They had that 4th and 1 instead of kicking the field goal, which hindsight, probably a good thing you didn't kick the field goal because your field goal kicker sucks.
Yeah.
But, they didn't get that 4th and 1 conversion. And then, Jordan Love threw 2 really fucking bad interceptions, which really ended up costing them the game. But, I thought they outplayed the Niners for a majority of the game, dude. I thought they were the better team on the field. Yep. They rushed for 136 yards. But, the Niners snuck out of there with a W. And, hopefully Debo's healthy next week because, Purdy don't look normal without Debo. So,
Jordan Love is a franchise quarterback. He did exactly what Brett Favre did. Scrambled to his right, threw it across his body for the pick. But
I don't know what he was looking at on that last throw, bro.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even. The craziest thing is, all I saw was 3 Niners.
Yeah.
And 2 of those guys could have gotten that interception.
Bro, there's no way you're getting that ball in there, dude. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, shit, just running.
That's the definition of either you run or you live to find another play. But he gonna learn from that, man. The only thing with the Packers, man, is
they need a new kicker.
They need to stay healthy. Because as soon as that right tackle went out, it kind of changed the game because that backup could not block nobody that was rushing once Tom went out.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna definitely have a say. If Jordan Love keeps playing like this, they're gonna be good. Now the rest of the NFC North, you got the Lions. If the Bears draft Caleb Williams, it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's still going to take a year for the Bears and Caleb to come out.
After watching this quarterback play, all that man has learned how to do is learn to take the check down. If he learned to do that, he gonna hit the ground running, and he could have like a CJ Stroud type season.
Yeah, but they don't have quality receivers there.
They got DJ Moore.
They got DJ Moore. They got Cole Kmet. They could draft one.
Yeah, Cole Kmet is not.
I think
Cole Kmet's a good tight end.
He's not great.
He could be a legit tight end.
Cole Kmet's he's a legit tight end.
Yeah.
He's good. He's not great.
I think he's a top half.
He could be great.
I think he's like a top half of the league tight end.
Yeah, I'll give a top half of the league, but again, I don't think he's a top 5, top 10.
If they draft Caleb and then they probably need another lineman with that other first round pick. But if they could get a decent wideout to match with DJ Moore,
shit, even if they get Brock Bowers,
this offense is gonna be nice.
I still think the Chargers are gonna take Bowers though.
They could use a tight end too.
Brock Bowers, he's a game changer, bro. Like, he's the type of guy that your defense has to game plan around. And I think those dudes are important. And outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., I think Brock Bowers is the next best weapon available. I'd take him over Coleman. I'd take him over Neighbors. Brock Bowers is a freak, bro. That dude's like 6'8", dog.
Nah, he's 6'4", 6'5".
He looks bigger than that. He's a monster, dude. That dude's legit. But if the Chargers don't take him at 5, he could very well drop to the Bears' next pick, dude. Because the Bears drafted 9, their next pick.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, he could easily drop because who's going to draft him if the Chargers don't? There's like nobody in between that 5 and 9 range that's going to take him because they're all going to be taking, like the Jets are taking an offensive lineman. I can tell you that right now. they're taking either Alt or Buddy from Penn State. Whichever one falls to them, they're taking. And then you got teams that
you've got Washington.
Washington is probably. I mean, we'll see what Washington does. It really depends on their GM and stuff. But I have a feeling they're going to take Drake May.
Yeah, Patriots at number 3.
Patriots probably take Jaden Daniels.
Cardinals
take Marvin Harrison Jr. Giants probably they definitely take a either Alt or Buddy from Penn State. The wild card is the Chargers at 5. Chargers are at 5, right, Ben?
Chargers are at 5, yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers are the wild card because they could easily take a offensive lineman, but I could easily see them taking Brock Bowers because they need another weapon, dude. Because you saw once Keenan Allen and Mike Williams went down, dude, like, and I know Herbert went down too, but like that offense drastically changed.
Who do they have at tight end? Hawkinson?
I don't even know who their tight end is, to be honest. I think it's Everett.
Okay.
But Bowers is a game changer, dude.
Then Tennessee, Atlanta, and then Chicago at 9.
Tennessee, Atlanta. Atlanta's definitely not taking Bowers. Although, who knows with them, dude? They might. Belichick's coaching that team now. They'll probably take some fucking offensive guard that no one even knows about at 9.
Who's the widest QB? He'll probably go.
Not the widest wide receiver, dude. They'll take some fucking string. But remember they took that dude Cole Strange in the first round, and he was like a consensus like 3rd round grade by everybody.
Yeah.
And they took him in the first round, and dude hasn't. That offensive line still sucks. Stinks, bro. But no, it'll be the Bears. I agree with her. Like the Bears can definitely make noise because the Vikings, I don't think are gonna get that much better. They got a QB issue, and even if they re-sign Cousins, it's like Cousins is coming off an Achilles injury. He's not gonna be the same, especially right away. So I mean, you really got the Packers. Packers are gonna get better. They're the youngest team in the division, and they made the playoffs. So definitely looking for them to make a jump. But you know, the Bears, their defense was top 5 the last 2.5 months of the season. Basically returning that entire defense, and then you're only going to get better with the draft picks you have. So,
yeah,
as long as they nail that offensive coordinator and get Caleb going, could very well be a Texans situation, man. Could be.
It could also be a Bryce Love situation, but
it could. It very well could. Although I don't see Caleb being Bryce Love, man.
I don't see him being that bad, but I don't see them winning the division next year.
Yeah, probably not winning the division, but they could
Probably
definitely
not win the division, but they make the playoffs for sure. If Caleb has a great rookie season,
especially because the
that
NFC
defense
sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That defense continue to be in top 5 because that defense played lights out the holes. Like Jordan said, last 2 months of the season, there was a top 3, top 4 defense.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, if they don't win their division, they very well might not win the playoff or get into the playoffs.
Well, 10 wins get you in the playoffs most years.
Yeah, but you've got probably 2 teams coming out of the NFC West. You got 2 teams coming out of the NFC East, and then
I mean, the NFC East could take a step back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you still see Philly and Dallas in there.
Oh, no, man. Philly looked like shit the last 6 games, dude.
Yeah.
Fire both coordinators, too.
And then you've got Detroit taking your NFC North position. You've got who the fuck knows taking the South? Probably Atlanta.
I mean, Detroit might not even win the North next year, bro.
I don't see. I mean, Minnesota, no. Green Bay, maybe. So it could be Detroit and Green Bay. Two teams coming out of the North, and then you have your NFC South. Like, they might not make the playoffs.
I could see a scenario where like the Lions make the Super Bowl and get dog walked, and then have a same situation where like the Rams had after the year they made the Super Bowl, where like they kind of just were like flat because like I don't think Goff's that dude, bro. I think the Lions are one of the most talented rosters in all of football. Like that's what I think. The Lions and the Niners are very similar. Like I think both those teams have a very very talented roster. But neither of them have like a great quarterback, right? Yeah. And I think the Lions they're gonna be in this position for the next several years where it's like, okay, we got this talented roster. We got one of the best offensive lines. They're still not good at rushing the passer though, so like they got to get a better pass rusher. But they're gonna be in this position where it's like, okay, we're talented, but like we don't have that guy that can like take us over the edge. Like we don't have that guy that can win us a game. And the difference between the Niners and the Lions, in my opinion, is like Kyle Shanahan's one of the best play callers in all of football. That offense has like a ton of fucking talent. It's built very well. The defense has a great pass rush. The Niners secondary fucking sucks though. Like they definitely have to address that. But I think both teams are very similar. And I could see a scenario where both teams take a step back next year. Like I could see a scenario where the Rams win that division next year. And it's probably the Rams' last hurrah with fucking Matthew Stafford. Like that dude's fucking getting ancient.
Rams aren't winning the division next year.
I don't know, man. They got talent, bro.
This is the 2023 season, not the 2024 year, right? Yeah. Okay. So Goff has one more year on his contract, but after they've won now 2 playoff games, they're going to sign him to a multi-year deal.
Goff?
Yeah.
A team-friendly deal, though, that they're going to be able to get out of.
Yeah.
Because bro, we've seen Goff now for what, 7 years, dude? Like, we've seen him with one of the best head coaches in football, and Sean McVay. It's his 5th year?
Yeah.
Like we've seen him with Sean McVay. Like he's just not that dude. Like he's not gonna get you over the hump, bro. Like he's just that. He's a game manager. He's gonna be that quarterback that's gonna be in the league forever because he's good enough to be good, but he's not good enough to be great.
Yeah.
And those kind of quarterbacks can win you a Super Bowl if your team is like elite. The problem is, dude, is that teams that we've seen win Super Bowls with good but not great quarterbacks, like Trent Dilfers of the world, he had one of the greatest defenses to ever fucking walk the face of the earth. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to nail that quarterback position, in my opinion, or else you have to have a fucking top defense to ever fucking walk the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Or else you have no fucking chance. And I know you're a Niners fan, but I feel like the Niners are kind of in the same position because, like, if they have to face Lamar or Mahomes again, I mean, dude, they were the better team in 2020 when they faced Mahomes. But why did the Chiefs win that game? Because Mahomes fucking won that game.
That was 2018 or 2019?
That was 2020, bro. The 2019 season, the Super Bowl was in 2020. They played in
2020, okay.
But, like, why did the Chiefs win that game? The difference was Mahomes. That was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
The Niners had a 10 or 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and the Chiefs won the game.
Jimmy G, yeah.
That's the difference. Is the Niners don't have that guy that can, like, win you a ball game. And I know Brock Purdy came back from 4 points. Congratulations. Great W.
7.
No, it was a 4-point comeback. Because
they were down 7 going into the fourth quarter. Because it's the first time that Shanahan has won a game by less than 7 points. At the end of the third quarter, it was 21-14.
Yeah, Anders Carlson makes that kick Niners probably lose. It's here nor there nor anywhere, but
tie ball game. But
Yeah. Packers had some two drop INTs. One was a clear pick six.
yeah, he would have walked in for the fucking picks. He would have walked in for a touchdown if he caught that shit too.
Yeah, they're gonna be kicking themselves in the ass after that loss for a while.
Yeah, they definitely lost.
oh,
that fucking game.
Niners were asleep the whole fucking game. They couldn't get to Jordan Love. That was a huge win for the offensive line in Green Bay too. To not let your QB get hit. Let's see. Hold on. QB hits. One, I guess, only 6 times was their QB hit.
The problem with the Niners is their secondary so bad.
Yep.
That no matter how good that pass rush is like there's still dudes that are open. So as long as the quarterback has a good hot read, and that's why like a good quarterback, like Jordan Love he's a good up and coming quarterback. He's learning. But when they have to face a Lamar Jackson or a fucking even a Jared Goff, like a Jared Goff is an experienced quarterback enough to the point where like I hope he sees where his hot reads are and knows what his hot reads are. But man, that Niners secondary is piss poor, dude. And they're overly aggressive too. Like they just like be tackling dudes before the ball even gets there.
What's his name? Ambry Thomas. What a fucking idiot. 2 pass interference.
Two of the most unnecessary pass interference I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
They're just overly aggressive, man. Like they don't play the ball, they just play the man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it shows a big miss in Hufanga too.
Yeah, but Hufanga's greatness is around the fucking line of scrimmage and
his greatness is he has that both. He can cover deep and have that 1-2 punch of cover deep or come to the line and do your safety blitz.
Big facts. All right, what do we think about Chiefs and or first of all, what do we think about Niners and Lions next week? Niners -7. What's the total, Ben?
51.
What's our quick reactions? Obviously, we haven't dug into this shit.
I don't know, man. If the Lions don't start off hot and the Niners do, that game might get ugly.
Well, I say Niners
that's how
win,
every Niners
don't cover the 6.5.
Depends on the weather. If it's dry, I think it's going to be a shootout. If it's not, if the elements play a part, I think it's going to be a close game because both these quarterbacks clearly are affected by the elements when they become a factor.
I agree with that.
I'm also going to go with the over. I think, again, if it's dry, over. Both these teams are going to run the fuck over each of these defenses. McCaffrey's going to have a huge game. Gibbs is going to have a huge game.
I will say I was pretty impressed with the Lions' rush defense. It's been pretty fucking bad, but they stepped up today.
I mean, is White that big of a threat?
I like Rashawn White's nice. Obviously, he's not Christian McCaffrey, but I mean, the how many rush yards do the Niners have against the Packers? The Packers are one of the worst rush defenses in the league.
I think it was 111.
Yeah, they struggled running the ball against the Packers, dude. That Packers team sucks.
Packers only had 136 rush yards.
Yeah, but the Packers are one of the bottom 3 worst rush defenses in the league. Like that's their biggest weakness. And I was shocked why the Niners were struggling running the ball for the first 3 quarters. It was surprising. But yeah, I agree in the sense that like I think if it is raining, dude, I definitely look to the under because both these quarterbacks can't play in fucking elements. If it's dry, probably look to Probably look to the over. But man, that's a high total, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both these offenses though,
Yeah.
and they take advantage. They're gonna take advantage of what that defense doesn't do best. So, and Ben Johnson, man, he redeemed himself today. He drew up a hell of a game.
Yeah, that was a hell of it. That was a hell. They were doing whatever they wanted. Whatever they wanted. He'll probably be a head coach. I'm assuming he gets the Chargers job if Harbaugh doesn't take it. Because Belichick's going to the Falcons.
They need an offensive coach in San Diego. Or, sorry, LA.
They just need a not dumb coach.
Yeah. But, I mean, you have Herbert. You need to push your offense. That has to be the forefront.
Yeah, and Kellen Moore certainly isn't it. Definitely not it. Kellen as a play caller. I mean, the Cowboys look better without Kellen Moore this year. So, yeah they definitely. And that's the thing with the Eagles that you were talking about earlier. You're like, oh, they got to get a new OC and DC. It's like, if they need a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, what the fuck's their head coach doing?
Oh, but we thought their head coach was kind of a fraud when he first signed.
Yeah, and then he kind of like redeemed himself last year. It was like, oh, maybe he does know what he's doing. And then it's like he loses both his coordinators, and it's like maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe those dudes were what was going on. And so now you're like looking at that Eagles situation, and there was reports that came out today saying that like, you know, his Sirianni's job is safe, and obviously the Cowboys, they are keeping McCarthy for one more year. So what jobs are open right now? We still have the Seahawks job.
But didn't I see? Sorry, that Philly was going to fire their their defensive coordinator
And offensive coordinator.
and
both,
offensive. Yeah,
both gone.
Yeah, I assume Wink Martindale is going to be the Eagles defensive coordinator.
So he fired Desai, the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Patricia.
he demoted him in the middle of the season too.
The OC is next.
Who's their OC? I
I
know it's Johnson. I forget.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but his last name is Johnson too. But they might bring him back. But it's rumors that the OC might get fired too.
You got to replace Kelsey, a Hall of Famer.
I think Dickerson will do that pretty well.
Yeah, but now you got to replace the right guard. You got to replace the left tackle. Because
left tackle's still there.
Lane Johnson's gonna retire.
He's a right tackle, and the backup was pretty good this year. Their problem was in the middle.
They got a Hall of Famer in the middle.
No, I'm talking about the guard and the right guard and the left guard was mostly the problem.
The right guard was Dickerson.
Yeah, I think he's a better center than he is a guard. He was an All-American 2 years in a row as a center in college.
I agree with that. That team's got issues, though, bro. They got to fucking figure out that secondary, linebackers. Bro, they didn't even play fucking Jalen Carter down the stretch. The fuck is going on with that? That Eagles team's a mess, bro. Telling you, bro. It would not shock me if they miss the playoffs next year.
I mean, I'd say that, but you have Washington and the New York Giants in your division. That's 4 wins right there.
I mean, they already struggle against the commies every year.
Yeah.
And if the commies get the right hire, bro, like that team has talent. They've just been misled.
Yeah. They need a lot.
Commies they need to fix the offensive line and then they just need a better defensive coordinator.
And they just gutted their defense this year, though. Getting rid of Young and Sweat.
Young hasn't really done shit with the Niners either. It's starting to look like that dude might be washed. That knee injury might have been worse than any of us actually knew.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because that dude was like his rookie year, he was a monster, dude.
Really was.
It's crazy how that shit happens, bro. One injury could fucking change the trajectory of your entire fucking career. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Who you talking about?
Chase Young.
Oh, yeah.
You know what else can change the trajectory of your entire career?
What?
A second Tommy John.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, before you came on there, we were talking about how a lot of the free agents, how there's a lot of free agents that still haven't signed. It's pretty fucking.
It's nuts.
Yeah, because a lot of them just want money. So a lot of them want a certain deal. Like this report, Snell wants a 9-year, $200 and something $million deal. Good luck with that, buddy.
He ain't getting 9 years.
No.
I think he's more like 5 or 6, honestly. But
I did do some research, and I found out that him and Jordan Montgomery both share the same agent, which is Scott Boras. So
yeah,
I'm not shocked that neither of them have signed yet.
Yeah, and I think you brought a good point too, of with Yamamoto signing, you know, without any experience, and then you've got Snell, who's got what, two
Cy Youngs.
Yeah,
but even though Yamamoto don't have experience, I think the reason why he got so much money is because he's 25.
Yeah, but still, like if you're Scott Boras, you're going to the teams and you're saying, bro, he got 10 years, $325 million.
You can say that all you want, but another reason why he got that contract is because of his age.
Yeah, sure. But the point still remains is like, if I'm Scott Boras, I'm going to these teams and saying, hey, this dude has 0 Major League Baseball experience. He got 10 years, $350 million. My client is a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. You've seen what he could do at this level.
Yeah, that's fine. And we've seen what outside his 2 Cy Young years, we've seen what he's been too. So
sure, but
is not getting $300 million.
Yeah, I don't.
If somebody was gonna give him $300 million, he would have got it already.
I don't disagree in the sense, because the problem with Snell is he's 31 years old, so no one wants to give him a 6+ year deal because you know you're going to be fucking eating crow the final 3 years of that deal likely. But if you're Scott Boras, if you're his agent, you know you're still looking out for your client, and you're going to these teams and you're saying
that's cool. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, your client, Scott Boras, if you listen to our show, your client is getting nowhere near what Yoshinobu Yamamoto got. So,
well, what I was telling Ben is that, you know, what very well they're probably waiting for is for someone to get injured during spring training, and then boom, then you, because then and it's gonna happen. Someone's getting hurt in spring. It happens every fucking year, dude.
Yep.
Someone gets hurt, season-ending injury, and then he's like, "Hey,
we need a new number 1.
I got a Cy Young Award winner right here."
Yep.
Well, hopefully things work out well for him. But this season is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be awesome, especially when the Dodgers don't win the World Series.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or make it out the division round.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not even worried about talking shit no more. We'll see what happens.
I love it. I love it.
I didn't think there was a Dodgers team anymore. I thought it was the LA deferred.
Yeah, we can defer as much as we want. Y'all need to start paying more so somebody will join that the Gotham City Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the Giants though. The Giants, you can't knock them for not trying, dude.
Yeah, they could keep on trying. You know, Roki Sasaki might be coming over next year. They could just swing and miss for him too.
Probably will. I guarantee they're gonna try.
I'll try. Yeah.
All right, let's get some best bets, fellas. What do we like for tomorrow or this week or whatever? What do we got?
I don't know. I haven't looked at nothing tomorrow.
Early bets, I'm going to go with Baltimore -3. I think that number is probably close to the right place, but I think they probably win by 4 or 5, maybe even a touchdown. I don't think you're going to see Kansas City stay in it as close as they did today. Baltimore isn't going to have those issues that Buffalo did. And we'll go we're gonna go with a big money parlay tomorrow. We're gonna go Kings -1.5 against the Sharks and the Canucks -1.5 on the Blackhawks. I guess it's not that much big money because I know the Sharks -1.5 is, or sorry, the Kings -1.5 is only like -115.
So what is it together? Like plus 130?
It's no, together it's probably like plus 200.
Oh wow, okay. All right. Irv, what do you like tomorrow or this week?
Actually, I like that. I like it, both of those, the Kings and the Canucks. But give me the under 6.5 for the Florida Panthers and the Nashville Predators tomorrow.
It's a good bet.
And I like the with Jets and Bruins play, but the under is 5.5. That's too low in today's NHL. So
It all depends on goalies too.
yeah, the goalies too. So I like that under with the Panthers and
Panthers in Nashville.
Give me North Carolina at home -8 against Wake Forest. I like that one.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Sharks have back-to-backs. They got the Rangers on Tuesday. Take that -1.5 too.
And I like give me Montana State -5 at home against Idaho State.
All right. I got two best bets for tomorrow. I like Stony Brook plus 3.5 against Hofstra. And I also like the Montana Grizzlies -1.5 versus Weber State. Weber State's been pretty dog shit lately. Montana's been playing some great hoops. So like both of those tomorrow. College hoops world.
Nice.
I'm not playing NBA till after March. Fucking dog shit Heat.
Miami Heat.
And Pacers, bro. What the fuck, man? What a dog shit fucking NBA's comedy, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to download the Sharps app, SHARPZ, straight to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download. Track your bets. Become a better Sharps app. For Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson,
Sir.
Swerve and Irvin Washington. Follow him on Twitter at Swerve and Irvin TSP. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. We'll be breaking down
Wednesday this week.
Wednesday we'll be, so we're not doing Tuesday, we're just gonna do Wednesday.
I think so.
All right, so Wednesday we'll be back. We'll be breaking down all these games for NFL Championship, all these games, the two games, NFL Championship weekend. Probably be talking some golf as well, or maybe some other things. So tap in on Wednesday. We'll see y'all later. Have a very blessed Monday and the start to your week. Let's go. We out.
Talking from golf.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.